Welcome back to the Spend 10K Day podcast. I'm Stuart Anderson. With me, as always, my buddy Steve Weiss, and we have a special guest with us today, our VP of Growth at Mute6, Moody Nashwati. Moody, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Moody's one of our top Facebook campaign managers, and he is an expert in the subject that we're going to be talking about today, which is creative. So creative for Facebook and how to produce it, even if you don't have a large budget.
Yeah, so there's three main elements of a successful campaign. Obviously, there's your ad creative, which could be a video or an image, along with your landing page. And you always have to rotate through a multitude of segments of experiments of experimenting all three of those. Whether you're experimenting with images on a Facebook ad, whether you're experimenting with videos, or whether you're experimenting with landing pages. This segment of the whole podcast is about how do you produce landing pages, videos, and images in a very cost-efficient way where you're not spending an arm and a leg on both video production as well as creative production on landing pages. I think as a team here at Mute6, we've done an incredible job of being able to produce content and creative in the most cost-efficient manner possible. This has allowed us to really create a ton of videos, create a ton of landing pages, and really figure out what the magic or secret sauce is to get a campaign working, which creative to which landing page. And it's a big testament to Moody, who's been able to help us build processes that allow us to keep costs low and really be able to scale campaigns. Moody, just tell us some of the resources that you've leveraged. I know you have a team of people on Odesk. You have you do videos on your phone. Tell us some more about some of your tactics in terms of helping produce creative.
Yeah, so definitely. So it's interesting, right? So social video is very different from any kind of video that we've seen before, and you got to think about what your video is going to do when it comes across the news feed, and you've got different audiences looking at your video for the first time. You got to think about that kind of stuff. There's a bit of a showmanship in video on Facebook, and to plan out your campaign, you've got to think about that. You got to think about the magic of whatever it is you're advertising, right?
So how do you source video production people? How do you do that in the most cost-efficient way? Because when you say the word video production, everyone thinks that producing videos for ads is a very expensive and arduous process.
Right.
I got to spend lots of money. I got to storyboard. I got to hire talent. And it's really not that hard, is it?
No, it's not. It's really interesting because, like you said, Upwork earlier, that's a place where you can go and you can find lots of talent and lots of different video producers that have actually a history of working on different projects that, with good direction could produce something that'll really work for you.
So we've got some really talented people off Upwork, right?
Right, that's right.
And we've also taken videos with our iPhone, just in the office, of specific products, and actually turn those iPhone videos into Facebook ads, right?
Yeah, that's true. At the end of the day, it's not the quality of video that you have. Yeah. It's really the direction, what you're doing with the video, and it's not about having really expensive cameras. It's about having the right footage.
So tell me what converts, because everyone thinks that you need actors and actresses to rep out your products, and you really don't need that. When let's say we're a sock company as an example. What's the first type of video creative that you do for the sock company?
So you got to for social, especially for social, you've got to first of all, you have to go through your inventory. You got to find your best socks.
Okay.
It's going to be a hard time selling white socks to anybody unless they're magical socks in some way. So you got to go through your inventory, find the magic in your socks, find the things that really make them pop, that have speaking points to them. Like I said, showmanship. So, if they're really cool design socks, then, those are some of the features you're going to highlight. If they're socks that are made for performance in some way, maybe they're waterproof, maybe they've got a special fit to them, those are going to be your value propositions that really stick out that you want to highlight.
So number one, the first thing you do, you're launching a new product, you want to create videos, find your best product. The product that resonates with 100%. The most people, the product that you could create incredible, engaging content around. Number one, find the best product.
Find the best product.
Number two,
Number 2, you're going to sit there and you're going to, what you need to do is you need to go through the process of how your users are going to discover and use your product. And you've got to display to them how you create video footage of people using your product. And now you're saying, okay, like I got to get models. No, you don't. You have feet, so take off your shoes, put some socks on, and take some footage of it. Walk around, have some fun in your socks. That's the footage you need, because it's really not that. That's actually the background to the selling points, which are going to be the overlay on the video that you're going to lay out, which are going to sell your socks to the audience you're looking for.
So very simply, 2 main elements that go into a great video from a production perspective for Facebook ads. Number 1, find your best product. The product is the most engaging. The product's going to get people excited, amped up. Number 2, create a storyboard or create, a video of someone actually using that product. Who cares who that person is? Who cares, how that person looks? Just focus on the product, right?
I mean, as long as they're not homeless,
All right, no homeless people. Okay, great. So those are the 2 main areas. Anything else, Moody, that you want to add as far as beyond, creating those 2 areas and keeping it very, very simple and simplistic?
Look, I mean, in terms of e-commerce, go find your best products. I mean, in some of your best products for social video may not be your top sellers. They might have some sort of feature like they're versatile in some way. Maybe it's a reversible jacket that you can really display in some way. Maybe it's a necklace that slides and is multifunctional and multi-purposeful and goes with different outfits. You've got to highlight those features and really think about how you can position your products in a way that you can highlight in a video with different scenes and different shots, really.
Remember, 15 seconds or less. No sound on any of these videos, so make the product stand out as much as possible. Number 3, I just want to touch on another way to generate really cheap, inexpensive content for Facebook ads is to use influencers. A lot of the clients we work with will work with influencers and take actual influencer content and allow us to turn it into Facebook ads. Moody, can you talk a little more about about turning influencer content into Facebook ads?
Yeah, so you gotta just send out your product. I mean, there's plenty of influencers out there, and the big ones want lots of money. But if you just go down a notch and find the ones with 10 to 100,000 followers, they're willing to do so much for free because they're still starting out. They're still
remember, with influencer content, when you work with influencers to generate content for Facebook ads, it doesn't matter how much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't matter how much followers. We're doing this for one thing. We want
content.
Yeah, we want Facebook ad content. We want to be able to cycle through some amazing videos and really engage our users with different calls to action, different imagery, and really figure out which set is going to work. Which landing page, which video, which image. We want to build a scalable process to create images and videos and cycle through them. That's our goal here, right, guys?
Yeah, and especially if you're already paying them, if you already have a relationship with an influencer, they're already doing some organic posting for you that might feature your product in one of their posts, let's say. If you're repurposing that content in an ad, I mean, that's just, making use of content that you're already paying for. It's added value. I mean, it basically taps into the phenomenon where in any sort of content marketing or advertising, it always gets the best price for a piece of content, which is repurposing stuff that you already have. Very effective.
Cool. And one other area I want to touch on, we've touched on videos, we've touched a little bit on images, is I want to talk about landing pages. I want to talk about how do you get landing pages up in the most cheap, cost-efficient way possible. A landing page is kind of like a pre-sale page to a person ordering your product. Lots of the landing pages we work on are for single product e-commerce sites. You want to show all the features of this amazing product before you get them into your shopping cart. And a lot of people are always asking me, Steve, I don't have a huge budget. How do I create landing pages with different calls to action in the most cost efficient way?
Yeah, so going back to the Upwork example, so what you want to do is actually target, and so first of all, you're going to make a job on Upwork. That's what you do. You So, and this is assuming you know exactly what you want your landing page to look like. If that's the case, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Even if you don't, you can still go on Upwork. You create a job. You put all your information in there of what you want exactly. And then the key thing is to invite people to your job. And these people have to be experienced in creating landing pages. Now, in going straight to the contractors on Upwork, you're actually able to target people who maybe they know something, a tool called Unbounce, which is a great landing page testing software. Maybe they know a tool called Lead Pages. Maybe they, you start searching these contractors based off of their experience with some of these landing page tools, and you'll actually find a lot of talented people that are willing to do work.
You brought up a good point. So there's these 2 or 3 landing page framework tools. We kind of focus on Unbounce. It's the easiest one to learn. So you don't need to be a programmer to actually build landing pages.
It's drag and drop.
It's drag and drop everything, and you're one step away. You don't have to make design experience. You don't have to coding experience. You can use unbounce.com. That's unbounce.com. We're not affiliated with them. We don't make any affiliate commission. We just use
the best tool.
We just use their system. It's a great tool, and with that, you can hire a designer to really just lay out your landing page. Then you can actually run split tests in Unbound. So we're just going to recap. I think we've talked about a lot of stuff here, like a lot of amazing information on Facebook Creative. Number one, very growth hacky ways of creating video, leveraging Upwork, leveraging influencers, leveraging your iPhone. Then number 2, landing pages, leveraging Upwork to not only create frameworks of landing pages, but also on top of that, using a landing page framework solution like Unbounce that allows you to do optimization on the fly without being a developer. So what I want everyone to walk away with today is that I don't want you to have to rely on a video production person. I don't want you to have to rely on a programmer, on a developer, or designer. There's literally no excuses to why your campaign shouldn't be converting. If you put the time and the effort in, you try and break down doors, you're going to be successful. And I want you to walk away from this podcast right now knowing that you are in full control of your destiny. And that's all on my mind. I really just want to keep stressing that no one else is responsible except you for the success of your product. So, guys, is there anything else you want to add?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. You summed it up pretty well there. At the end of the day, bring value in what you're trying to push towards the audience, and it'll happen. It'll make it work.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys have both hit the nail on the head, really, which is that, I think one of the great things about a platform like Facebook is it's really democratized advertising. Whereas, like before, if you wanted to run an effective ad that people were going to know about and be able to recall, you have to have, big ad budget for buying, TV, newspaper, radio, whatever. Now, if you have an iPhone, you can shoot something as long as you get that value prop in. You can run an ad, and anybody can see it on Facebook.
Yeah, the barrier to entry is zero now. Like nobody has a step up on you because they have more money. Some of the big DRTV companies, they don't have any anything over you because they have more money. It's an equal playing field. So
look, and just to add to that, some of the best video, videos that we've run on Facebook ads ourselves, we put together in a time crunch, and we just we put it in the right way, and then the real secret is having a like you said, running them with no sound whatsoever, but also putting in your sales pitches or value propositions over the video so people can read what it is they're looking at, and it's kind of like a sales pitch, right? You can put a sales pitch there, you can do whatever you want. But our best video, one of my best videos, is something I spent maybe $300 on. Yeah. And, it has scaled to 5-6 million views. So, like, the return on that was huge. Huge.
It's a pretty good return.
Yeah.
So I want you to go, after you listen to this podcast, I want you to go produce a video. Everyone listening to this podcast, go produce a video right now. Like, drop what you're doing, drop your coffee, whether you're watching some late night chick flicks, drop that, stop it, just go produce a video, go take responsibility for your ads, and you'll see results right away. I think that I'm so passionate about this that Video is the future, where you can do videos on Snapchat, you can do videos on your phone. You have so much resources. So that's all I have for today. I think that we've covered a lot of stuff, and look forward to our next podcast, which is going to be about another awesome topic that you're going to get a lot of value out of.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. Again, this is the Spend 10K Day podcast. We are Stuart Anderson, Steve Weiss, and our special guest, Moody Nashawati. Until next time.
Cheers.